200 basis points per vibration of the money, right? Digital money is profound. It's so profound that everybody in the business of managing money doesn't even understand what this means. When they understand what this means, then the industry is going to 100x. Bitcoin is going to go to the moon.
Which one's the best crypto asset? Well, Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. What's the second best? There's no second best. There's no second best crypto asset. There's a crypto asset. It's called Bitcoin, right? Right? There's no second best, okay? But take all your money, buy Bitcoin. Then take all your time, figure out how to borrow more money to buy more Bitcoin. Then take all your time to figure out what you can sell to buy Bitcoin. And if you absolutely love the thing that you don't.
Hello, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys enjoyed that little video at the beginning. That was Michael Saylor talking at the Bitcoin Summit 2025, and you guys should definitely go check out his speech. It will definitely turn you into a Bitcoin maxi if you're not one already. I know I've been MIA for the last 2 weeks. I'm really trying to stick to 3 videos a week, but my goal is to make informative content that actually adds value, and I'm still learning along the way. It's incredible to see other YouTubers put out such valuable information every single day. I love learning from them, and I hope I can do the same for the people watching my videos. That said, I don't want to be like those other channels that post every headline and repeat the same content day after day. I'd rather post less often and provide real insight that actually helps you understand what's going on in the market or what I think is going on. And yeah, another reason I haven't been posting is because I've been waiting for all this to play out, but it finally has, so let's get into the video. I've got something really interesting to talk about today. I'm sure you've seen it making its rounds on Twitter, but it's the global liquidity chart and its correlation with the Bitcoin chart. This topic really caught my attention, and I think it's definitely something worth keeping your eye on. Before we get into that, I just want to go back to the daily and weekly cycle chart and review what's been happening and make some adjustments. So first, we need to update the daily and weekly cycle lows because we saw this candle go below where I originally had the cycle lows marked. And if that level were to break, it'd be a sign of a failed cycle, which is defined when the price closes below the previous cycle low. That'd be extremely bearish, and that's exactly what we have here. So this was, in fact, not the weekly and daily cycle low. This is. And the week 25 would actually be changed to the week 27. Let me move to the daily chart so you can get a better look at this. I mean, this was a really complicated time to map because the whole Trump pump over here, and it was a mess. But this is the real daily and weekly cycle low, so I'm gonna add that here. And to make it easier to see, I think I'm gonna go back to the weekly, and then I'm gonna just label these because this looks like a mess, so give me 1 second. All right, so I cleaned it up a little bit. Hopefully you guys can see. So I also want to remove this box and add a new one to our current trading range. I like keeping these boxes on the chart because they're actually a solid way to visualize price action. It's not a bad strategy to trade within these ranges either. I know Camel Finance has a great tutorial called How to Find and Trade Momentum Stocks, which goes into more detail on the strategy, but for me, I just like having them on the chart to see where and how long we stay in each range. So overall, things are looking good. I still believe we're going to see new all-time highs coming out of this weekly cycle low. And it feels like we're going to be moving any day now. But I want to talk about the FOMC meeting that took place on Wednesday. I'm sure most of you know what happened, but just in case, let me just show a quick clip of what happened.
And has made significant progress toward our goals over the past 2 years. Labor market conditions are solid, and inflation has moved closer to our 2% longer run goal, though it remains somewhat elevated. In support of our goals, today the Federal Open Market Committee decided to leave our policy interest rate unchanged. We also made the technical decision to slow the pace of decline in the size of our balance sheet.
Did you guys notice the purple tie? If you know, you know. Anyway, overall, the sentiment is bullish, I think. The Federal Reserve decided to keep the Fed's fund rate between 4.25 and 4.50. But more importantly, Powell mentioned they're slowing the pace of the decline in their balance sheet. Now, let me pull up the press release so that we can go into more detail. It says that starting in April, the committee will slow the pace of decline in its security holdings. Specifically, they'll reduce the monthly redemption cap on Treasury securities from $25 billion to $5 billion. The cap of agency debt and agency mortgage-backed securities will stay at $35 billion. The committee emphasized their strong commitment to supporting maximum employment and achieving 2% inflation target. So why is this important? It's significant because it reduces the impact of quantitative tightening, or QT, that the Fed has been imposing on the market. By slowing down QT, they're reducing the tightening of liquidity, which means more money stays in the system. More liquidity means better conditions for risk assets like Bitcoin stocks, etc. It also means borrowing costs stay stable, reducing the risk of economic slowdown, which is bullish for risk assets. Even though the Fed didn't lower rates and they kept it the same, lower rates will eventually make borrowing cheaper, which makes investors move money away from cash and bonds and into more risky assets, etc., etc. So I think that the language the Fed used suggests that there's more uncertainty about future rate hikes, but them lowering the redemption cap, I think it increases the possibility of rate cuts later in 2025, and I'm pretty sure it's been confirmed that we're getting at least 2 rate cuts this year. So overall, I think this is good for the market. Speaking of liquidity, I finally want to talk about global liquidity breaking out and look at the correlation between Bitcoin and global liquidity. So I first came across this idea when I saw a tweet from Currently Crypto. He posted a chart showing how Bitcoin follows global liquidity with a 75-day lag. That caught my attention, so I try to recreate his chart in TradingView for a better look. Now, my days aren't exactly 75. They vary a bit, but overall the pattern holds, and it's about 75 days after global liquidity tops, Bitcoin follows, and the same goes for when it bottoms, so it's vice versa. And this chart's really cool, but I'll be honest, it's a bit cluttered and hard to look at, so there's a lot going on. So I thought if there's a 75-day lag, why not just offset the chart by 75 days, and it'd be way easier to visualize the relationship between global liquidity and Bitcoin's price action. So let me pull it up. So as you can see here, this is the global liquidity offset by 75 days, just like cryptocurrency's chart, which gives us a much clearer view of how Bitcoin might play out. But you're probably wondering, what is the 105-day offset? And here's what I found. It's really interesting. After doing some research, I came across a video showcasing a really cool script by Marak on Twitter. And the script basically calculates the actual percentage correlation over different time frames. As you can see here, there's a 30, 60, and 90, etc. So looking at the 105 offset, which is currently set at, you can see there's a 87% correlation on the 60-day time frame, but on the 30-day time frame, it drops to 52%. If I switch the offset to 75, give me 1 second here. Yeah, so if I switch the offset to 75 days, you'll notice that the percentage shifts and the 30-day correlation improves, but the longer time frames actually have a lower correlation. Yeah, so I thought this chart was just really interesting. I thought this was a cool idea. And looking at the 75 or the 105-day correlation, it doesn't really matter. Both of them tell us the same thing, and that the odds are in our favor, and it lines up with the weekly cycle low and daily cycle lows. And I think Bitcoin could break out any day now, even if it ranges for a little while longer. Before I go, I just wanted to cover just a couple tweets I saw throughout the week. I thought that were interesting. So this is David Sachs talking with, I'm not even going to try and pronounce the dude's name, but he is the son of the founder of the UAE, I think. And yeah, they're just talking about expanding roles of digital currencies and reshaping financial systems, yada, yada, yada. But I know I've been hearing a lot of rumors for a long time now that the Middle East is going to get involved in Bitcoin, or rumors that they're going to buy and shit like that. So I just thought it was interesting. The next one I wanted to show was Eric Trump. He's become a meme with that Ethereum call by the dip. But yeah, he is a strategic advisor to help drive Bitcoin adoption. I thought this was interesting. I think this is just like, it's not really that important or a big deal, but it's just kind of like just getting Bitcoin out there. I think it's just to draw hype, and I'm not really sure, but I'm sure you guys saw this, that Trump spoke at the Digital Asset Summit 2025, and I'm not even gonna bother showing it because he's just saying the same old stuff he said a million times already at that other Bitcoin event that happened a while ago. So people are not happy about that, but I thought it was interesting. And one more was this chart by Crypto Caesar I wanted to show. And I don't know, just some hopium. I saw it. You have a creek, and then you have a spring attached, and it looks like it looks pretty similar. So I just want to give you guys some hopium before I leave today. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys found it interesting, and I promise I'll upload again soon. And yeah, guys, I wish you the best of luck. Bye bye.